up in a discussion this morning about the Neron mapping property that I thought was kind of an interesting subtlety.
How many minutes do we have left on the time?
I just started a new movie.
Okay.
Oh, we can stop.
You ran out of time
Sure.
just
Okay.
before the last line, but I thought, why not start recording again? Because maybe people say things that are useful, right? Yeah.
Okay, sure. So
Yeah.
we'll say that useful thing.
If we're not finished yet, then...
And I'll put the notes up online too. I mean, we're almost really done. There is the second theorem, which has a fun proof, and this is where the subtlety kind of popped up. So the Neron mapping property says that if we have a K morphism from a smooth, so that, I mean we have S. Sorry, let me not use S. We have Y over S smooth, and then we have the K morphism from Y K to the generic fiber of your Neron model. Then this extends. So then there exists a unique extension to an S morphism from Y to N, right? So this is very nice. But now imagine, for example, that we take okay. So now we have K. Let's take a finite extension, a finite Galois extension, K prime over K. So this is finite. And then we'll consider, for example, we'll consider nk prime, which is just defined to be the base change with n over k with spec of k prime. All right. Now the Galois group of k prime over k, it acts on nk prime on the second factor. Right, so this is in particular. I mean, this is not a k prime morphism because it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't fix k prime, so to speak. However, this does extend to a morphism from the Neron model. So it acts on the second factor, and this extends to an action of the Galois group of k prime over k to an action on the Neron model. So this extends to an action on n. And this is thanks to Boss, by the way, for this explanation. Okay, so this is at first, it doesn't seem to follow from the Neron mapping property, but that's because what's really going on here. So we have nk prime to nk prime, and this comes from, I mean, the identity crossed some element sigma in the Galois group. And I mean, at first it seems like this isn't a k prime morphism because if we just draw an arrow like this to spec k prime, I mean, this does not commute. So it seems bad, and we don't get an extension in this way. But that's because what we should really draw is this. So we get spec k, sigma, spec k.
K prime, 2 times.
Yes, right. All right. So instead of considering, I mean, just as one arrow, both to spec k, we should be considering the composition from nk prime to spec k followed by sigma. And in this sense, we do get a k prime morphism. So then we do get an action on the Neron model.
I've been really stupid. What's an action on the Neron model? Like, what are we extending?
We're extending the action of the Galois group on the generic fiber to the whole Neron model.
But if I just have like a scheme over Q, how is the Galois group acting on that?
It is over an extension here, right? It is over k prime. So if I have a finite extension of Q, the Galois group of that extension will act on the extension.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what happens here.
But doesn't the structure morphism of the left-hand side change?
Well, you view n as a scheme, just a scheme over nothing,
Okay.
and then a group can act on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it can act as well. So maybe you should draw just the n mapping to spec of the ring of integers of Yeah. OK prime. And now another time on the right of it.
So n prime.
N prime is the, yeah, indeed, that is the claim, right?
So you're trying to extend
And now on the
to
bottom
n
you have your spec of sigma,
So-
and the thing is, there is a nice way to complete it,
Oh, okay,
giving on the generic fiber what is just left of it.
So it's this ID cross sigma. That's the thing that we are going
That
to
is,
extend.
you are extending it, yes.
Ah, okay. I thought that was the extension of the thing, and I was really.
No.
Oh, no.
Good.
Yes, yeah, it's a bit confusing because I mean, spec K prime, like this isn't, it doesn't seem to be a K prime morphism at first, but in fact, that's because we're not doing it the right way, in a sense.
So n prime is the Neron model of nk prime.
Yes.
K prime is the generic.
The action is then actually to n prime.
Yeah.
Is it? N prime, then is it? No.
Wait. Could we have? Yeah. So,
Why is n prime the Neron model of?
That's the definition.
Just to find, yes, sure,
That's
n
the
prime is the
definition.
general.
and we're not claiming that n prime is equal to n. We're not claiming that n prime is the base change of n over k prime. We're just
Indeed.
defining it to be.
So I thought we started with an n Neron model of its generic fiber
Over O of K.
Yeah.
over k, and then with base changing, we just have a
Yeah, so we just have an abelian variety over K prime after base change.
But n prime is not the base change of n to OK
No, no, no.
prime.
Sometimes it is, and most of the times it is not.
But by definition, it is defined in that. That's not what it is defined.
Yeah, it could be, but
Sure, you might get lucky.
Okay, sure, so yeah, I like, the narrow model of A could not, might not exist. This comes up in the proof of the second theorem, in Sertate, if you're curious about that. But yeah, it's just a subtlety. So in fact, this narrow mapping property, if we have an isomorphism of two DVRs, for example, then then we have a map between the fraction fields. Then this lifts then to something over the DVRs on the narrow models. So basically, the narrow mapping property it works under isomorphism of your underlying scheme S, which is nice.
well, which is absolutely required to be any honest thing
Yes.
at all.
So this is all thanks to the boss rate explaining this one. But yes, so that concludes the first talk. Then is there any questions? Yes.
So in this way, you proved like the A to B implication, right?
That's
More or
right.
less. So can you say something about converse?
Yes, I can. So, just to give you a really brief idea of what it would be. Yeah, so there's this fact, and it says that if we consider, so we take n tilde, our special fiber, and what we can say is that if we take the connected component of the identity, this is an extension of an abelian variety B by a linear group H. And then what we want to show is in fact that, so if we assume that we have this unramified thing at infinitely many places, then we want to use the fact that we can make M arbitrarily large, and then let's just show that H is in fact 0. So then we just have that N naught is an abelian variety, and then because it has finite index in N, which you can show, N tilde is an abelian variety. So that means that we have a proper special fiber, and that combined with what we have in the generic fiber says that N is in fact proper, hence we have the perfection. And I'll post these notes online once I type them on. All right, well, thanks.